Everything that is being said or will be said has already been said. Everything that shall be said has already been said. And somebody might say, well, I got something new. Oh, yeah? Throw it out there. You ain't got nothing new. It's already been said. a lot of those gurus that like Plato, Socrates, and all that, they think they came up with something new, but it was already said. You could find it in Proverbs, Solomon. To really grasp what I'm telling you, you have to understand that life is really simple and it's a fractal. It's a fractal hologram. Life is really simple. But man tries to make it hard. The flesh mind wants it to be harder than it is. What has been shall be, what shall be has been. That means that anything that's going to be said has already been said. And it might not have been said by man, but it has been said by God. It's been said by Jesus. It's been said by the Holy Spirit. It might not have been written down, but somebody somewhere has said it. Just because you become aware of it, think about it. Let's say somebody invents some kind of new technology, whether it's air conditioning or computer or cell phone or whatever. The cell phone's still just a tablet, like something to write on, like a internet. Let's say they invent the internet or the whatever, there's already an internet. There's a hive mind. There's a Tor network. There's an unseen network happening all the time right now. There's somebody actually reading your mind right now. The seven spirits go out from the throne to see whose heart's right by him. There's an underground Tor network you don't even know about. All your thoughts, all your actions, everything you're doing is being recorded. This system is a system to separate the sheep from the goats. It's a Turing machine. It's a cutting machine. If you type in CNC, Turing machine, cutting machine, you'll see. You put something on the Turing machine to refine it. The potter and the clay. What has been shall be, what shall be has been. That means anything that you come up with has already been. You can't come up with anything new. There's nothing new. There might be new discoveries that man might discover some new stuff, but it's not new to God. It's always been. Man just discovered it. That's all. It's always been. But really, even if you discover anything, it's really just the basics. Just like an air conditioning. An air conditioner is just a mimic of the cycle of the universe. Hot and cold, hot and cold. Your body. There's an air conditioning system that uses, like the bigger ones, that uses a system based on your body. The one that you use at your house is based on a compressor, and it's based on the way the seasons work. But with your body, it's based on there's a like when you sweat, you cool yourself off, right? There's different kinds of air conditioning systems, but those are the two main ones that I've seen. They use salt and evaporate. It's mainly evaporation. But the evaporation process has been here since the creation. There was a mist all across the earth before the flood, and then there were seasons. What has been said is being repeated. What's going to be said has already been said. There's nothing new under the sun. Actually, the tree is preaching faith alone. It's actually being, the words, what's being said is actually being said in the creation. The tree is preaching faith alone in Jesus alone. The tree is preaching faith alone. Tree, true, faithful faith. The tree is preaching Jesus. It's already written. You can't come up with anything new. Let's say you came up with a computer, okay? So you think Bill Gates came up with something new? No, he didn't come up with nothing new. The computer's just an AI flesh mind. The computer is just an AI flesh mind. It was actually encoded in the Bible. The nation of Ai represented the flesh. Listen, just type in J. Vernon McGee AI flesh mind. Just type in J. Vernon McGee AI and listen to that sermon. Bill Gates didn't come up with anything new. Actually, the digits, the ones and the zero, represents the male and the female, and the digits in the computer represent your fingers. 10 digits. Your fingers are called digits. That's why you count with your finger. Your digits. You got 10 digits. That's what they're called. Fingers are called digits. Period. If you didn't know that. Like the plumbing code and the electrical code and all that. You think that's new? No. The word code goes back to codex, goes back to book, book goes back to Biblia, goes back to Bible. The codex, the Bible is the codex. There is a code. There's a creation code that lines up with the Bible. And the Bible is the code. You got the letter of the law that killeth, the Old Testament codex, and you got the New Testament codex, the Spirit. So you got letter and Spirit. And the Spirit is everywhere. Jesus is holding this whole thing together by His Spirit, by His power, by His Word. And words are spirit. The words that I speak are spirit and life, He said. He can speak one word and destroy 10,000 armies coming up against Him. I'm telling you, this is the deal. You can't come up. What's being said has already been said. There's nothing that you can say that hasn't already been said. It's already been said. And you can break all the words into parts. Like the word construction. C-O-N means together, structure. Structure goes back to build. Together, build. C-O-N, S-T. S-T is the snake on the cross. U-C. U-C is pretty much what it sounds like. The phonics hold true as well. Ion is the ion walk, to walk the way. T is taking up your cross. You want to be in construction with Jesus? C-O-N-S-T. So there's the snake on the cross, what He did, the lamb slain before the foundation of the world. You see it. C-O-N-S-T-R is the royalty. The royalty. You see. And then what do? T-I-O-N. T is take up your cross. I-O-N is walk the way. You want to be in construction with Jesus and what he did and what he's doing. CON is together with the snake on the cross because Jesus took your sin. He became the snake for you because he took away your old reptilian, Adamic, flesh mind nature, the reptilian side of you. Royalty, you see, take up your cross. Ion is the walk. The ion walk is to go the way. Ion means to go the way. If you take the word go, it eventually goes back to walk in the way. So in order to get in tune with God's program, Pro-G Ram, the ram caught in the thicket, points to Jesus. In order to get into God's program of construction, building up the body, calling back the elect, what do? You together spread. Struction goes back, in a way, it goes back to strew, to spread the seed out, to spread some seed, You let's construe some idea, but it also goes back to spreading the seed. So while you're planting seeds, so you're be fishers of men, win souls, a soul winner by the grace of God. What has been said, or what shall be said, has already been said. It's all been said. If you really want to break it down into parts, really, really deep, all you have to do is decode the alphabet. And that's what I'm saying. You know, when I tell people a certain letter means something, it's hard for them to understand that. But if you say it in the Mandarin, the Chinese Mandarin, you say this symbol means walk. They'll say, oh yeah, that means walk. But when you say the letter B means house, and they say, are you sure? Yeah, go back to the Phoenician script. It unfolded from the English language, the German, the Spanish, the French, the Greek, even the Hebrew. It goes back to the Phoenician script. And the Phoenician script probably originated with it had to originate with the Sumerian script. So the letter A goes back to the bull, which goes back to the sacrifice, blood. The letter B goes back to house, Phoenician script. Look it up. Just type it in. The letter C goes back to the Hebrew word, which means a rich man chasing a poor man down to give him charity. So the letter C means love. The letter D is the door, Phoenician script. The letter E, if you look at it from a holographic, the letter E is the hidden hand. The letter E is the spirit, a spirit. It's your fifth finger. It's your fifth digit. The letter E is your fifth digit. That's your power. Your thumb is your power. You can only grasp something with your thumb. You can only grasp the deeper things with the spirit. You can see past this 3D object lesson that we're in by the spirit. You're actually in a 3D book, and the only way you're going to step outside of it and look at it from the outside in is by the spirit. The letter F is man's number, 666. Man trying to be his own God. The letter G is Golgotha. It is finished. The number 7, it is finished. The letter G is inside the Freemason symbology. Why do the Freemasons put the letter G in there? Because they know they're hiding Jesus. They're hiding the finished work of Jesus, and but they have to point to the letter G. They have to All the angels, all the creation, you, me, your body, the languages, everything, even the Freemasons, they have to point to Jesus, but they do it in such a way to hide it. It's a Decepticon. Right in front of you is the 666 flesh mind, encoded in all the symbols that man, all his products and his what is it, QR code, whatever the code is on their products. It's like little lines or whatever it's called. So all his products have the 666 code on them, but behind that is God's code, the blood of his cross. So when man makes something, he puts the 666 code on it. When God made something, he put the blood of his cross. So what does that tell you? That tells you that man is born in sin, and he's nothing but sin, and his body's going back to the grave 6 foot under, because the letter F is man's number. Number 6 is man's number. He's going back to the grave 6 foot under his body, but his spirit goes up if he's saved. You can't come up with anything new. All you can do is discover what God has already revealed in his creation. He talks about it in Romans 1. The heavens declare the glory of God. It's already been. You get up, you go to work, you go home, you go to bed, you get up, you repeat the process over and over and over. And what should you be doing during that process? You should be improving your inner man, building your inner man. What else? I mean, yeah, you can invest, but even investing, you can see what happens investing. You think you're gonna, and then the stock market crashes. It's already, and that has happened how many times? It happens all the time. You think you got some big thing, and then everything crashes. It's a death and resurrection all the time. Death, resurrection, death, resurrection, death, resurrection. It's happening all the time.